It's trying to be. There you go. What's up? What's up? What's up,
the deal? What's the
Detroit?
deal,
Get in
Detroit?
here, get in here, get in here. We want to see some people get on in here. Y'all know how it go. Y'all know how it goes. We in here to get it started and go live so we want to see some people get in here though. What's up, y'all? What's up today on this cold blustery day? It's cold.
It's cold. It's cold in the
It's
mud.
a little cold today from
Yeah.
yesterday. I don't know what the heck happened with this weather, but again, we live in Michigan. I shouldn't have even said that, okay? I shouldn't have even said that. So we just waiting on some people to come in the live, but we're going to go ahead and get started with the topic. Actually with, first of all, we want to say our condolences to, there's been a lot of things that has happened in the city. First and foremost, too much death and children involved as well, right? So first, the 3 individuals that were killed in the car fire, which was very, very tragic. We want to send our condolences to the family. I believe that was on the west side of Detroit. Also, there was a young man who was killed yesterday from an ice cream truck as well. So that right there is tragic. So many things. And then I heard that it was another, car fire death. I mean, it's too many things going on. And so that brings me to, what I wanted to say and kind of point out about what John is, has been preaching for a long time. And that is, save Detroit. And again, we know that that's, stopping violence everywhere, so we want to make sure that we kind of hone in on that. And I believe John is having a walk run.
Yeah.
He's having that. We want to talk to him a little bit about that,
Yeah,
John?
this year we having it in July. Well, each year I have it in July. I missed last year, but year before last it was for mental health. But this year it's for violence prevention.
Yeah.
So our 5K is in July. It's the Save Detroit 5K, and the proceeds going to a violence prevention company that we support. So this 5K is supporting nonviolence, like I said, and it's in the end of July. So if y'all can go to my website www.savedet.org, and you can apply on there. You can register online. I'm sorry, but that's deep that we talking about this kind of stuff, and the summer haven't even started yet. It haven't even got hot outside yet. So
yeah, we want to be mindful of that. It hasn't gotten hot outside, but we want to make sure that we are all, staying on top of it and sending our condolences out to the family, but also trying to minimize, violence as much as possible if we can. Have conversations with people, talk to them, see what's going on with people mentally, because it is huge to make sure that we stay on top of those things. All right.
That's it.
All right, so listen, y'all, we got some good stuff.
We got a good topic today.
We got some good stuff,
We
and I
gotta
think,
talk on this one, y'all.
listen, John, crazy. We was talking about this, and I know it's gonna be, it's a great topic because I think not only does it resonate with, the people that it's going on with, but it resonates with everybody. And we want to talk a little bit about Mr. Anthony Edwards, okay?
Yes.
In this situation with, his baby's mother, and there's a huge battle with custody and all. I mean, there's a huge battle with child support and all of those things. So we want to kind of hone in on that because that does not just resonate with this young man, but it resonates with so many people, right?
Yeah.
And the big thing in that situation is that he's 23 and the lady is 38 years old, right? So
A cougar, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No.
No, not a cougar. Not a cougar. She's a cougar to him. He's 23, she's
he
38.
a fool,
Go ahead.
but no, for him, he's only 23 years old.
Right.
She's
She's knocking on
38,
40.
okay? So
Right.
to him, she is a cougar, right? So that you a fool. But that is so true. But I think that this topic, is huge because, this is a young, successful young man. And so for me, the question was when, I first heard about it was, where's the village? Where's the man? Because, he's successful, he has money, but where is the village that has had this conversation? Because I believe he has 2 other children?
He got
They
3
have
other
three
children,
other
about 3 other
children,
different women.
right?
Yeah.
And so this situation is constantly going. Okay, so I just read on something actually, maybe a few hours ago. I read about some text messages going back and forth with them, and him stating that he told her, "Hey, listen, I told you I wasn't gonna be in a child's life that I didn't want." My thing is too, and I want you guys to chime in too. Go ahead and chime in because I want to hear what you have to say as well. I think the biggest victim in this situation is the child.
It's a child. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the child is ultimately going to be the one that's hurt in the end, right? we co-parent. If you know, people know if they're gonna do what they do, there's a possibility that a child is gonna come, right? But I think the woman being 38 years old, and he said from the beginning, I didn't want no child. We should have made some decisions in that situation. So I know there's a lot of this topic resonates a lot with John, and I was gonna have him. I was gonna have him go ahead and chime in and talk about some things, a little bit of some stuff that resonates with him. But I want to hear from you guys too about this topic. Like, this is a situation that is beyond even their situation. You know, when we go through this stuff with our own children, that's an area. You know, I'm a life coach, and I've heard a lot of situations where, you know, people can't co-parent, they don't want the other parent, so it is hard. But we don't realize or don't even focus on the fact that it is we're harming the child. Yeah, it's not just about you all; it's the child that's involved. So, I wanted you to go ahead and hone in a little bit on, you know, a little bit that resonates with you, John.
Well, I'm gonna say it like this: she's 38, he's 23, but I'm more or less 80-20. I always blame the man because we are the pursuers. You know, we pursue women, and we pursue, you know, how they go, how men's supposed to be the pursuer. And I just feel that if you lay down and get a woman pregnant, you should be a man to take care of your child, no matter what happened. Even if you made that statement about I don't want any kids, I don't want to be a part of it. But if you lay down with a woman, it's a possibility she can get pregnant. And she already, you know, you already have money, you in that lifestyle, so you almost like playing Russian roulette with your Johnson, you know what I mean? So so you have to, like, I blame him. But like you said, Rachel, the bottom line of it is the kid gonna be the one who's missing out. And I always said it because in my situation, my dad wasn't in my life, but I seen him every day. I didn't know he was my father until I turned 20. So, and I'm 48 now, and I still live with that. So the kid will live with it. I just think that men gotta be men nowadays. I don't care if you're 23 or 93. You still gotta be a man.
But I mean, you still have to understand, like, there needs to be I mean, he's young, so he still has, to me, a lot of growing up to do. And I think, like, him being 23 and having money, I think at that point he's like, can't nobody tell me nothing. Right. Can't nobody tell me anything. I can do what I want to do, but I still think there should be a village. I have an 18-year-old son, so right away I'm having conversations with him, letting him know, you know, the ins and outs, what to do. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna disagree. It's not all the woman. I mean, it's not all the male's fault. I'm gonna disagree. Y'all ladies, don't get mad at me.
Get mad, y'all.
Don't get mad at me, y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. But if there is a 38-year-old woman, and that's a 23-year-old young man, again, what did you call her? A cougar. That means she has a lot of experience, and she knows what she's capable of doing. Okay, the manipulation, all of that. I'm not gonna. Y'all better not come for me.
Come for it, y'all. Come for
Don't come for me, y'all. I love my women. Listen, I'm for the women, but I also understand that we make decisions based on our opportunities. I'm sorry. I'm gonna put it out there. Y'all don't come for me, okay? But we're gonna make decisions based on our opportunities. And you know, she's a beautiful woman. She got a bad body. Hey, boom. She already been with. She got a child with a baby. Yeah. Okay, so she's
another rapper.
A rapper. Somebody who's in the entertainment industry, who's successful. So she knows what she's doing, is basically what I'm saying. So I'm not gonna blame it all on him. Like I said, I want to hear from y'all, and I don't see nobody coming on in this thing.
Yeah, come on in.
Get on in here. Let me see if I see. Oh, hold on. Let me go back over there. Hold on. I see a couple people. I see about 5 people in there, but I still want, you know, I see a few people. I want y'all to come on in here and chime in.
Not even for the fellas though, Rachel. I don't understand the industry, or when you get money or be around these type of people, why do men go after the same woman? If I know a guy that had a baby by a chick, she's off limits. You know what I mean? I'm not even looking her way. And a lot of these guys, for the life of me, I don't know how they keep tossing up the same women. She already got a baby by a rapper. Why would I want to go behind him?
She's fine. She got a body.
Man,
she's an opportunity.
That's a dime a dozen.
She's fine and got a body, and that's an opportunity. That's what it is.
But it's a dime a dozen when you making money. Like he just signed a $260 million deal. So he around that all day long. That's nothing. That's nothing. I just don't understand how men go behind another man that had a baby by her, and you know, just that's why I blame the men. I really do blame the man.
No, I mean, I do blame. He has a part in his decision,
Mm-hmm.
but she also has a part in this decision that she made as well. Because if he told her from the beginning, like, "Hey, I don't want this child. I don't want no child."
So why you lay down with him if you don't want no kid?
He's 23.
Yeah.
He gonna go after his opportunity.
Yeah.
He gonna go after his opportunity. I mean, what y'all think? That's what I want to know. I want to know what y'all think on that. You know, him going after his opportunity. You know, I want to know. You know, want you guys to chime in and let us know how you feel about that, because I know John and I we can agree to disagree, but you know what I'm saying. And I don't want you ladies, like I said, don't come for me.
Don't come for it.
I love y'all. But at the same time, that's a 38-year-old woman. She's already she's experienced, you know, and so I think that decision on her end should have never been made, or she should have protected herself, knowing that this young man said what he said.
Yeah, but
And he recently said, he told her again, like, I told you to get an abortion.
did you say you had text messages? And
Yeah,
stuff like that?
yep, they've shared some text messages saying I told you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That I did not want a child, and that I would not be in the child's life. So why would you even do it? So he did say that. So, you know, that's my whole thing. Like, again, he told her from the beginning, you know, they both have responsibility in the situation because they're both the parents. What I am really, really upset about is the fact that the child is involved.
Yeah, that's who's gonna hurt
the child
in the long
but
run.
that's who's going to get hurt at the end. That's going to have to suffer things later on in life. All of the things, the child is going to suffer at the end. That's just the bottom line.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. Because like I said, I'm a life coach. I understand. I've talked to people with these situations that really hurts a child, because later on in life they're going to want to know what happened to my father, especially if it's in the public. Like, these are records that can go back and be found, and you know, you seeing something like your dad saying, "Hey, I didn't want you.
Right.
I'm not going to be in your life."
Yeah.
He's a famous person. You know what I'm saying? That's hurtful. But even with just us being regular people, it hurts the child at the end.
Oh yeah, like I said, I live it. I'm 48 years old and I still live it. Like, my dad actually didn't want me, and I was a good kid, so it's tough. It's tough to live with it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm kind of like over it now because I'm knocking on 50. But in my life, I always wondered where my daddy was at and why he didn't want me. And I mean, it's just like a natural thing.
Yeah.
You see other kids with their fathers, and you know, you wonder, you know, where yours at. All I knew was my grandmother. So it's
yeah,
tough.
but are you over
It's
it
tough.
though? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still a tough thing. Like, you have to, like, even when we started talking about this topic, like, you really talked about, you was like, oh, I know about this.
Yeah.
This is something I live. So it's still in you. It's still something that resonates with you because you have lived it and you understand it, and it's a hurtful thing to go through.
Oh yeah, it's
right?
hurtful.
It's hurtful.
Yeah.
You know, so
Well, he's not here no more. My pops passed.
Yeah.
What was it, last year? Year before last, he died. But yeah, I had to live with it. I lived with it my whole career playing basketball. I always wondered where my father was. You know, all the other guys' dads there. And, you know, I'm probably the best thing on the court, and I ain't had nobody watching me play. So it's just, you know, you live with it. And I feel sorry for the little girl because her dad famous.
Right.
So she gonna always be able to see him saying he didn't want her. He told his mom he didn't want. You know, it was just like it's gonna be in her face when she get home.
Yeah, so y'all get on here and talk to us. I want to
see.
hear, you know, some things you are feeling about this, or, you know, even with this topic, if it resonates with any of you, you know, talk to us about it. Let us know, you know, how you feel about it,
How
because
y'all feel about
it's a huge thing, and it's ongoing. You know, like I said, I just found out about those text messages that's surfacing, and you know, them going through this whole battle. But again, this resonates with people close to home too. Like I said, I talk to people all the time about it, so it is something that really, really sticks out, and that we need to kind of focus on and talk to our children if we are in this situation, so that it won't be painful and, you know, too painful growing up.
And my biggest thing though, especially in his situation, the reason why I'm blaming him, because he have money and it wouldn't even hurt him to be in her life. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference when, okay, I can see guys is not able to take care of kids, and he tell a girl, you know, I don't want no kid, I can't take care of them. But he in a position to take care of kids. He in a position to take care of multiple kids. So I don't understand the fact that he's saying he don't want to be in her life, because I'm not really understanding that. Like, it wouldn't hurt to be in her life.
I mean, that's not what he wanted. You know what I'm saying? He wanted what he got, and that was to be able to sleep with her. That's what he did. He wanted what he wanted. That was to be able to sleep with her. You know what I'm saying? And he told her he didn't want the child. So,
well, two things. Can I be real on this?
Please, I want you to. That's what we brought it up
As a
for.
man, y'all, I'm gonna just be honest. Everybody know, as a man, if you have a kid with a chick, you're not just doing it to her. Y'all like doing it. You know what I mean? It's like,
y'all all in?
yeah, y'all.
Baby,
It ain't no you just hitting and quitting in the car or whatever. Y'all like really intimate when you have a kid with a woman. You know what I mean?
That's true.
And you're not protecting yourself. I don't care what nobody say. You're not protecting yourself. So it's a possibility she can get pregnant.
Yeah.
That's why I keep blaming him. And 23, you old enough to know what's right and wrong. Plus you got multiple kids by multiple other women. So you know you ain't shooting blanks. So I kinda blame him. And then like I say, he in a position to take care of multiple kids.
Yes.
I don't know what it is with black. Now, I ain't gonna say like I don't want to say it like that, but we just don't want to take care of kids. Like I don't understand that.
No,
she here. The baby here now.
She
so,
is.
There's no turning back. She here.
It's a lot of fathers out there, and I commend a lot of you fathers out there that are some amazing dads. Some amazing. My husband is one of them. Okay, so I commend great fathers take care of it. I think that sometimes we just get into situations like this one, and those types of things happen. It's not about not wanting to, take care of the kid. It is all about the decision that we made in that moment, and then this situation happened, right? Something that you that you did not want, you didn't want to have no parts of. The only part that you want to have part of was just getting in that bed and doing what you did. That was it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that thought process, and then it brings up anger, for the situation, because okay, now you didn't put me in a situation. Now I got to be involved in somebody's life, and I didn't want to be involved in it, and I got to pay for this, and I got to pay for that. And at that point, it's like I don't even want to deal with it. And I think that is the reason why. I mean, people don't just casually date. Like it's okay, boom, we getting it in, it's done. They don't think about feelings and all of the other stuff that comes with it. It's boom, I just want that, and it's a wrap.
Yeah. But if he the bag, like I say, his last contract, he signed for $260 million, right?
Okay.
She's not gonna get an abortion. The life she live and the people she around, automatically, I knew from the jump, any woman get pregnant by one gonna have no abortion. 260, and that was his second. That's his second deal. So ain't no way in the world they gonna. You see the girl that I was watching something the other day. The girl he with now, she not even mad that he had other kids on her. That's how much money he got. So you know what you're dealing with. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Like I said,
it's a touchy subject, a touchy situation. I want you guys to, chime in. Like I said, leave us some comments so we can respond to you or whatever about this topic, because, it's huge. Like I said, it's still ongoing. So many things, going on with it. So we want you guys to chime in and let us know what you think about it. What else you got going on, John?
That's about it. We, like I said, the 5K coming up. And, the Mindful Mix podcast, y'all. We building this thing. This is our first episode.
Yeah.
Me and Rach, we trying to start this for the city. Like I said, if y'all have any people that y'all want to sponsor or what is it called? I'm sorry.
So we want to promote businesses. Okay. Yeah. So we want to promote your business. We want to have people coming on. As a matter of fact, I believe it's this Thursday.
Yeah.
So this Thursday we're gonna have two great people come on, two actors. We're gonna have come on here. That's that's Detroit's own. Okay, we will have them on the show to come and talk to you guys. We're gonna have some great questions for them to kind of tell you about the industry. As you all know, I am a part of the industry now. Yes. So,
tell them what you in, right? Tell them what you in.
So I got a couple, movies that one is already out. One is called Loser. So Loser is out right now on Prime, and then there's a couple things out that's going to be coming down the pipeline soon. Okay, I'm gonna keep it a secret until we do that red carpet, because I'm probably gonna want y'all to come to the red carpet, okay, and support your girls. So
we'll give a shout out to the directors.
Absolutely, I want to give a shout out to Mr. Terrence Walker. Thank you, and Mr. Kevin Flynn. Thank you guys for the opportunity. You guys are amazing, unbelievable guys, and are great to work with. And so I just want to thank you all for the opportunity, allowing me to express myself. Terrence is crazy. He actually He pushed me to my limit. You know, I'm going to be starring in one of his movies, but he pushed me to the limit. And I'm so thankful that he did that and, you know, took me out of my comfort zone so that I can do more in the industry and be recognized. Be on that big screen. I'm excited about it, and I can't wait to see, you know, all of the movies that I have been in come out. But we're going to talk to these actors. They're going to be here. This will be coming this week on Thursday. They are amazing, and I can't wait. They're funny.
This the funny part, though, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all this. She's in the movies, and I know all the guys that she be around. All these guys are my partners. One I went to college with, the other one I play ball with, and they all in the movies and stuff. So some things just meant to happen. So Oh, Rach, let me ask you this: since we on here, we gonna try to get it out. What made you start being in movies? What made you want to start acting? And
oh my
like
God! So my cousin, one day just reached out to me. He was like, "Hey, I'm gonna need you to put on your best dress. Come on down here. I want you to be, you know." It was just like a scene. You know what I mean? Like I was just gonna be an extra in a scene, and so he's like, "I want you to get yourself dressed up," and I'm like, "Okay, I'm on my way." You know, he didn't have to tell me twice, and so I went down, and I was a part of that. That extra scene, and that was with Kevin Flynn, which was amazing. Okay, I had so much fun, and then so he had another opportunity where he was like, you know, I need some extras here. So I was like, okay, I'll go be an extra. I ain't doing nothing, you know. I went down there, and so in the movie Loser, so I went down, was at the restaurant in Detroit. We was at a restaurant in Detroit where we filmed this, and I went down there and was supposed to be an extra. The person who was supposed to do those lines didn't show up for the lines, and boom, he came out there, was like, can you learn these lines in like 20 minutes?
So he just threw you in the fire.
Yes, he threw me in the fire. It was amazing. And I was able to learn those lines and get them done, and I've been working with him ever since. And then I reached out to Terrace because he was having, you know, some extras that he needed or whatever. So I actually was a part of another one of his movies that's coming out. Look, all of his stuff is streaming. Some of them right now, and I'm gonna have him come on the show too, and I want him to talk about his stuff as well, so he can explain what movies and everything that's coming out. But he asked me to be a part of a movie, and I was like an extra in that. And then he reached out again. I was a part of, you know, became like the main, one of the main characters in the movie. So that's how it happened. I mean, I just lucked up on it. Like, what?
So now you're in what? 4? Is it 4 movies or 3?
Like 5.
5? Okay, that's what's up.
Like, whoa.
Where you see yourself going with it? You think you're going?
Man, if I can go far with it, I will.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? If I can take it far, I mean, you know, if I'm somebody who I love being me, and I love doing and trying different things. And when I was in school, I don't know if you knew. I don't know if you knew. You didn't, because we didn't graduate together, but we were in school together. I was in radio and TV, so
okay.
I did take a radio and TV class, and so I was always like drama, like band, you know, all of those things. So it's always in me to want to do some things like that. And you know, even when I started working, it wasn't something that I wanted to. I didn't even think about it. I got into like hospitality. Okay. You know, which is a passion of mine, but I think this right here is a hidden something that I've always wanted to do.
The reason why I'm smiling because it's lining up. You said hospitality.
Yeah.
You're a life coach.
Yeah.
Now you're in the movies. Which is cool. I like that. Even with me with Save Detroit, I always wanted to be the path that I went through the path that I went through. I don't know if God gave me Save Detroit to be more outspoken because this is all new to me too, you guys. I wanted to start a podcast, so me and Rachel hooked up to do the podcast. With Save Detroit, man, I'm starting to meet so many people. It's opening so many doors. So I'm looking at the lines. Everything is just lining up. Yeah. So,
Yep, everything is lining up, and like I said, you know, he reached out like, "Hey, you want to do a podcast?" I'm like, "Let's go." You don't even know. I don't even know if he saw that I was doing like cash talks and things like that. I don't even know if he saw.
No, I see your motivational speaking, your classes and stuff. So I'm like, she, you know, be a nice fit for this. Yeah.
Do you do motivational speaking as well? I said life coach, so motivational speaking for me is amazing. I always love to motivational speak on any topic. To make sure that we are, you know, aware of things and empathy and all of those things, and you know, so that's just me.
Yeah, she made me open up the first time we talked about my dad, and that's why we wanted to talk on the Anthony Edwards thing because it kind of resonated with me. Yeah, you know, he walking away from his daughter. You know, my pops walked away from me, and not only that, it's a lot of people that I talk to, even at work. back playing basketball. A lot of guys go through the same thing. Their dad walked away from them,
Yes.
and I don't know where the disconnection came from with men walking away from their kids, but that's a real big disconnection in the black community. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
We want to shy away from it. I don't know in his situation. I don't know if he feel that she's not. What's the word I'm looking for? He just don't want her to be his baby mother. You know what I mean? But my thing is, okay, she do got a nice body. She look nice. Why would you lay down with her? That's my biggest thing. Just like with my pops. Why would you lay down with my mom if it's a possibility that you'll have a kid? You know what I mean? And then once I'm here, it's really on you to be in that kid's life. You know what I mean? Like, I keep bringing up my situation, but my dad stayed right next door and saw me every day. So how can you look at your child? My mother died when I was 12 and have my grandmother raise me. That's what I don't understand. This guy got $260 million and he willing to let another man raise his daughter.
Yeah.
That's your seed. I don't care if you didn't want it. She's here now. That's my biggest thing. She's here now. It's not her fault. She here's now. And I can't rock with that. You know what I mean? I hope he lose. We playing them in the my team, well, LeBron, my man, we playing him in the first. I hope they get swept. I hope they get swept because he's doing that. Shoot. But I just can't rock with that, man. People not taking care of their kids. Even if I had a partner that didn't take care of his kids, he won't be my partner no more. Yeah. I don't even be cool with people that don't take care of their kids. Yeah. It's just something I stand on.
Yep, definitely, and I agree with that, absolutely. But I do want to commend all of the wonderful fathers. I mean, I wish it was like a group where fathers can just come together and kind of get into these young men's lives and just explain the importance of taking care of the children.
Kids,
You know what I'm saying? And how it just affects them mentally. And like I said, I've talked to a lot of people who have gone through this, being a life coach, a lot of people who've gone through, not having a father or whatever, and even with me, my father's in my life and I love my father. He wasn't in the household, but at the same time, he still was present.
There you go.
You understand what I'm saying? So the presence of a father is always needed, especially for a female, or she'll just be out here just searching for whatever. You know what I mean? And in some of the worst cases, and I've heard some of those worst cases, and it's not even, it's not funny. It takes them down a life and a path that it's almost like they can never get out of, right? And so it's our responsibility as parents, even if we are co-parenting or whatever the case may be, still need to be in that child's life and explain the situation. Just be honest and upfront, because you don't want them to ask questions out of their life about why you're not there, or why you didn't want me, or what. Explain to them what's good. Explain, talk about it.
And by him being famous, she gonna throw it in her kid's face. That's your daddy. That's your daddy. That's your daddy. See, in my case, my mother was gone, so I didn't know that was my daddy next door that wasn't taking care of me. So it's just a different feel. Yeah, it's a different feel for me.
Yeah. All right, y'all. So listen, I'm trying to tell y'all be looking out for us on Thursday. Like I said, we're gonna have two great actors.
Yep. We got them coming through. We don't want to say their names yet, but y'all know who we talking. When y'all see them, y'all know who we talking about.
Definitely. And I've had an opportunity to work with the one. So he is hilarious. Okay, hilarious. And I can't wait to bring him on the show. Can't wait to come back to see you guys on Thursday. I want you guys to throw in some comments about the topic today. I want to hear what you feel about what we talked about, because again, this podcast is going to be for the D, and we want you guys help to help us get it out there and circulate this information, because we need it. And also giving those condolences earlier about
to the families,
to the families and all of this violence that's going on. Again, John, one more time, because he's going to have a walk and a run coming in
July, the end of July. Yeah.
And I'm gonna get myself together so I can do this.
You can walk it, Reg. You can walk. It's a walk. We have a bunch of people walk. The last we had a bunch of people that walked it.
All right, I'm gonna get myself together, y'all, so I can.
But walk this another. I just want to say this before we get off. A lot of you guys, man, that know guys that will crash out. Talk to your buddies, man. Talk to your friends, man, because a lot of these incidents is happening just like that girl and her daughter got killed. That was with a guy, man. He probably was going through something, and one of his friends could have talked him out of doing what he was doing. If y'all have friends like that, and you can kind of get a feel for which friends is about to crash out or talking slick to their girl.
There's signs.
It's signs all the time.
Definitely.
Start talking to these guys, man, because that's all it takes, man. somebody showing them that they care. I don't care. These guys be 40, but they still be acting like they 15, 12. You know, they men and little boys. I mean, they men and little boys and men body. And that's all it is. They crashing out, man, killing these girls. I'm starting to hear that a lot now.
It's
a
too
lot.
much
It's
going
too
on.
much
It's
going
too
on. Too much of that going on.
So yeah, just pay attention. Talk to your friends if you do see them, because some people may show signs, some people may not. But you know your friends, and when they are starting to act different, or when they starting to act away.
They say 2 weeks before this incident happened with the three in the burning car, 2 or 3 weeks before that, he was threatening her. He was doing little stuff to her. So it was signs that it was coming. So y'all got to address that kind of stuff. Even with you ladies, y'all got to address that kind of stuff.
Yep.
If y'all in a situation,
tell somebody. Tell everybody.
tell somebody. Don't get scared.
Talk to everybody.
When I was coming up, my sister was going through a situation with her. She never wanted to tell me because I'm a protector. And then I had a bunch of friends back then. It was crazy. So she was kind of scared to tell me what she was going through. And
You was gonna knock them out. Kill
oh yeah, it was going down. I was around a bunch of crazies. You know what I mean? And it's just deep, man. Well, I keep every time I turn on the news, something like this happening. So yeah, if y'all see this kind of situations and y'all see some women that's going through something, talk to them. Try to be their safe haven. Put it that way.
Or encourage them if they don't feel comfortable talking to you. Encourage them to talk to somebody
else,
that they do trust, and so somebody can help them and send them to some type of resource or whatever the case may be. Again, just want to send our condolences to the family of the members that were tragically killed, and also like I said, the young man who got hit by that ice cream truck yesterday. So many things have been happening, y'all. And like I said, it's not even summertime yet. So we want to be careful and be mindful of those things that are going on in our cities and take care of one another. All right. You right? We signing out, y'all. We're going to see y'all on Thursday. Like I said, we bringing on 2 actors so they can have a conversation, talk about the industry. Because we have, and I said this last time, we have so much talent in the D. We have so much talent. Y'all got us recognizing it. And I think me and John, we're going to show them off, okay? We're going to be representing businesses and all of those things. So be on the lookout because we coming.
There you go.
For y'all.
The Mindful Mix Podcast.
We on.
We coming.
Y'all have a good day.
Peace out.